Hi everybody, it's Debbie and I hope this finds you safe and well. Selling a human being, abusing a child, stealing from a widow. Most, if not all of us would agree that using force or any kind of fraud to exploit the vulnerable is wicked and evil. We carry within each of us an innate sense of right and wrong, a conviction that oppressors should be punished and the weak protected. We want justice. Justice in its simplest form means to set things right. Yet how do we know what is right? Who defines right? Is it society at large or the culture we live in? Is there a moral law that we inherently know to follow? Is there a difference between biblical justice and social justice? As followers of Christ, as lovers of Jesus, the answer is simple. Our sense of justice is imparted to us by our Creator, God. He is loving, kind and merciful, and He is also righteous, holy and just. Deuteronomy 32:4 says, "The rock, His work is perfect, for all His ways are justice. A God of faithfulness and without iniquity, just and upright is He." Psalm 89:14 says, "Righteousness and justice are the foundation of your throne. Steadfast love and faithfulness go before you." God is just. It is part of His character, which means He is always just. He cannot be unjust, and He defines and sets the standards for justice. We hear that God is love, God is holy, more often than we hear that God is just. So today I want us to consider biblical justice. We may readily agree that God sets the standard for love and holiness, but we understand that He also sets the standard for justice. Pursuing biblical justice means we follow God's way to make right that which is wrong, and we look to the scriptures to define what is right. And we don't have to look far to see that Jesus is our standard of righteous. Jesus Christ lived a perfect, sinless life, died a sacrificial death and rose again to make right that which was wrong. And it's because of Jesus and His work on the cross that we can be justified and made right with God. And Jesus also demonstrates a beautiful example for us to follow in the New Testament as one who cared for the outcast and the oppressed and reached out with compassion to help those who had been most overlooked. Jesus pursued justice. He physically and spiritually rescued those in need, healing the leper in Matthew 8, caring for the woman caught in adultery in John 8. Those are just a few examples. When we look at the life of Jesus and the mandate given throughout Scripture, it's clear that as followers of Christ, we are called to do justice. We are called to take action, confront evil, to care for the vulnerable, and to make right that which is wrong. This mandate is not new. It's not cultural fad. It's not something that is simply a trend in today's society. Throughout the Old and the New Testament, our call to justice is very clear. Psalm 82:3 says, "Give justice to the weak and the fatherless, and maintain the right of the afflicted and the destitute." Isaiah 1:17 says, "Learn to do good, seek justice, correct oppression, bring justice to the fatherless, and please the widow's cause." Micah 6:8 says, "He has told you, O man, what is good and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God." And Luke 11:42 says, "But woe to you, Pharisees, for you tithe mint and rue and every herb and neglect justice and the love of God. Those you ought to have done without neglecting the others." So today, will you be like Jesus and pursue justice?